So in 1997,
we registered a Sacco.
It is separate. It's the union.
Which later, after 1 year, changed name to Murata.
Shareholders decided also to put it to another name, Amica,
which still means a friend in Latin.
They are really doing a great job.
No, we go more pay Billy Amica. The todo de charger.
Still up to this time, no to support taga.
Nifegi jaga.
Amica Sacco belongs to them.
Run smarter to live better. With Amica, you can never go wrong.
Fegia Amica, eno teithio muno.
And then was Murang'a District Cooperative Union, that was our employer. And in the union there were sections. There was the banking section, which was covering the banking activities. There was the main union activities. The other activities were stores. They used to have merchandise stores where farmers could get fertilizers, they could get equipment for farming and all those things. So the stores was another section, and there was accounts section and all those other sections, departments. So in 1997, the banking section of Murang'a District Cooperative Union was now transformed into a Sacco. And we registered our Sacco on 22nd February 1997.
By the name Mugama. That the original nomination registration was Mugama Union. Mugama Farmers Sacco. Okay. Now also the union had also changed their name to Mugama Union.
Na miaka regiriri ne miaka ya tene tondu gwiriria ikihingurwo ria union ya bagiriria ri niguo ndaingirire Amica imire kumanejwo ne ko ya ciarirwo ni undu wa kumanejwo ni andu matongoragia union na muthuri uyu twambaniririe nake hindi uyu tondu okaga micamanio ya kahwa na nigua uria ndaregete nayo tondu ni ahingurite bengi na arimi mendaga guthaa mothe ngimere uyu ni nyina wanyu arimi na mungiti uyu ati ni undu wa bengi ici njeru irokire ng'eni no mwike uru tondu ni twakigatite share ona gukigia na mbara nene muno tondu.
But after trading for 1 year, we found there was a lot of confusion, especially from our members, because as we were telling them, you buy shares, now you become members, so that you can own the Sacco. The union was also doing their business, and particularly the issue of payment of school fees. There was a lot of confusion because the union, after some time, they decided to relaunch the union banking section again. So they started doing banking again. And we were also doing banking as a Sacco. So members would get confused.
So we were now two names requiring the same area. That is what now again forced us to change from Mugama to Murata, to leave the union with that name.
Uroge ni atiri twataga wira ta miaka iri ugwe tatu ni kwageire na bara yageire kuo tondu andu aria mari thiini wa union ya Murang'a ni monire ta mahitirie ni kuneana rugonge ruu rwa mbeca rwikarie na twamakombeire mbeca twamakombera mbeca ciaikaranga magĩcoka makĩrega kũrĩha mbeca icio, makiuga bengi no ũndũ ũmwe na union ya Murang'a.
Most of the time, because of the opposition that was there, from the side of the mother union, where now we could see a lot of problems because they never owned it as a change that could maybe at some given time think that they can live without the union banking section.
From late 90s, it actually even went further to allow 22, when now the Sacco moved from being Mugama Sacco to Murata Sacco. And because we separated from the union banking section, there was a big fight. There was a big fight between now the Sacco and the union. And we almost lost the Sacco because for 4 days we closed the banking section without even attending to a customer.
But finally we won the case because the court ruled that the Sacco was a standalone institution with its own members. And the members of the union were societies, not individual members. So because the Sacco had already gotten its own members, the court ruled that the Sacco belonged to the members who had subscribed to the shares of the Sacco.
So in the year 2000, it was a huge task to move out now to educate members about the new Sacco that has been formed. They could buy shares. They could also be educated in the products that we were offering.
Muoroto wa organization ni shareholder nzima mateithike na kono vegetaishira ishiruko uria shareholder nzima giteithika kwa maundu mothe maria mangioneka ni mega mangihota gutuma murimi kana shareholder ateithike toria nä arä kire andå ingä twarä kahåa kä mbere yarä arä kahåa iki no nä agäcokire gä kä ingä ra andå a mĩthemba mĩingĩ. Koguo maũndũ marĩa mothe mangĩkwo ma gũtũma mũndũ ũcio mwene shareholder akorwo agĩteithĩka, acio nĩmo maũndũ marĩa niĩ ingĩona magĩrĩire gwĩkwo nĩgetha gĩteithĩke.
Niliingia katika Amica Sacco, by then it was Murata. That was 1997. Tukafanya kazi until 2006. Time in reference, we managed to build 2 big branches, Kiroine, and Kirora.
When the UBS was transformed to a Sacco, there is a war between the union and the Sacco. That time Mugama and the Mugama Farmers District Cooperative Union and Mugama Sacco, because of the governance issue. The battle became big, and I was selected as interim chair, the person who led the team to rescue Amica. That's the story I remember. It was a very big war between the union and the Sacco. So by then the chairman who was there currently, Patrick Dongo, had an accident. So he could not lead the delegation to the government to rescue the Amica, but I was the one who led the delegate up to the president level, doing the canoeing at the Amica. By that time, the Mugama, the Sacco have changed from Mugama to Murata Sacco. So it was then called Murata Sacco.
Andå rä u kä hana ta ngä thä wa union banking section, na thä wa union banking section twakä rutaga wä ra wa kå rä ha arä mi, kå matwarä ra mbia mobile, tå gacoka tå karä mathabu, gä thiä å guo ngä coka ngä tumwo cooperative college
Because we normally used to go for mobile banking from 10. Apart from the clerks, you go, you meet like 100 customers. They were waiting for you. Unaingia kwa ngari, watu they just cheer you up.
No ndore wari munene muno kahinda kau kwa na thina muingi muno tondu bengi ari imwe tu Murang'a koguo atua kahua ugire mbeca Murang'a oko mutikugira Murang'a kuri hindi union yekiraga mbeca icio thiini wa Land Rover na yakinya haria kiria-ini town ikarira king'ora kinene muno.
Currently, if I may compare, if you decide to go with that amount of money in the field, with the less security we used to have, we just used to have, I think, 2 askaris, 2 APs. Na saa hiyo, it's millions of money. Watu tunaendea maybe like at twice.
Organization has grown in terms of the branches. Secondly, the confidence the members has with the organization, the societies, and the business community. The face of your bank, of your banks, or your Saccos equally reflects the same to commercial banks. 3, the way you handle customers, that when you enter into the Sacco hall, or you are given a number, and you follow that number to the letter. You have now computerized. By then when you were there were no computers. The kazi ilikuwa imefanywa manually. So when you enter into Amica Sacco halls or banks, you are served efficiently.
One of the key area they should perform is the area of digital banking. You know, the things have really changed. People don't want to move out from where they are working to do their businesses. So we have been advocating, we do a digital transformation where if I need a loan seated here, I can be able to apply and the loan is being processed even the time I am not in the bank. You don't require to go to the bank. So one of the areas they should really, and we are praying for that, is to digitize everything.
The first computer was bought, or they were bought in year 2000. But the board then bought 1 computer for each branch. So I think it was not meant for computerization of the services. We went like that up to 2006. That is when we started the computerization journey.
Na kiria kingĩingĩra kuongerera nĩ atĩ bengi nĩ tumanĩtie haraihu tondũ wanje ndio twarĩ na tũbuku twarĩ twa ngirini tũrĩa arĩmi mathiaga makaheo rĩu maraga raini nene tondũ ũngĩathire ina wa banking halls ciakoragwo twakĩte manyũmba manene na maraihu na igũrũ tondũ arĩmi mokaga aingĩ because the branches were few. Koguo nĩ ũngĩonio branch ĩmwe ĩna andũ aingĩ mũno na nĩ andũ akũrũ mũno. Koguo nangĩ nĩwona nĩ ũndũ wa raini makĩfaint makagwa kũu makoywo magagĩtwarwo. But I thank God today tondũ Ngai nĩ ahotithĩtie tũgaka branches nyingĩ. Koguo wĩra ũcio ũrĩa waingĩhaga that congestion ĩkĩnyiha. Koguo andũ matiũkaga rĩu marĩ aingĩ. The same time Ngai agĩtũteithia gũkĩgĩa ũhoro wa IT. Tene mũraririkana mĩaka ĩyo twaingagĩra 2002 gũtiarĩ ũhoro ũcio. Rĩu koguo kwarĩ ũhoro wa tũbuku ona gĩthĩ-inĩ wekĩrwo ithabu ũcoke rĩtwarwo bengi nĩkuo nakuo rĩkwo rĩrorwo rĩu nĩgetha mũrĩmi arĩtwo arabu nĩ tũbuku tũu metagĩrwo. Koguo nĩ mathĩnĩkaga mũno akĩenda ona kuoya mbeca iria akoretwo athũkũmĩte.
We had some challenges of ICT because it was important to have ICT improve. Even now, as we are talking in the digital platforms, are the ones that are helping even big institutions to grow. We were not able to introduce the computers early enough, and that dragged us behind for long.
When we were rebranding in 2016, again we decided now to change the system to a more robust system, and that is where now we changed the smart system to the current system that we are using, the BRNet from Club Silicon, because of the scalability. We wanted to do more things, the business was growing, and there were so many things that we could not do under the old system. So we decided to change in 2016.
Rĩu tuge hĩndĩ itũ rĩ tũtiahotete gũkorwo tũingĩrĩte thĩinĩ wa computer twarutaga wĩra manually ona ngĩũka kuma, na nĩkĩo ũraigua niĩ nĩ ũndũ wa gũkoragwo wĩra wothe wa branch wa Saccos ũroka kũrĩ wabici yakwa rĩ, as the senior accountant rĩ, gũthondeka mariboti mau rĩ, nĩũraigua nginya mathaa makwa ndiarĩ nginya mathaa, ona nginya weekend niĩ nĩ ũngĩangorire gũkũ nginya Saturday, nginya ndokaga kũingĩra wĩra ndaingagĩra thaa ĩmwe, nĩ ũrĩngora gũkũ nginya thaa inya nĩguo maita maingĩ ndaumagĩra. Ũguo nĩ gũcenjetie mũno thutha ũyũ. Rĩu computer cioka niĩ nyumĩte gũkũ.
Communication here was by somebody using their mobile phone or walking, even the next office, even to the next branch, because there was no even telephone intercom between one office to the next branch. So if you wanted to call them, just use your mobile phone. So you see, people are discouraged from communicating. There was no email communication. People were not communicating by email. And I called the ICT manager and asked the ICT manager, so what don't you have? What is the problem? Why are people not communicating on email? And told me it's culture. So what did I do? What don't you have? He told me I have everything. Even the domain is set up and everything. I told him, go set yourself up and myself. And we started communicating, the two of us, on email. Then I told him, set up the departmental heads. And I told departmental heads, if I have to communicate to you, when I send it to email, know that I have communicated to you. Don't wait for any other form of communication. Nimekufikia tayari. Do what we have agreed you do, and once you do it, send it back to me on email. You don't have to call me, tell me you have sent. I will see it. After that, I told him, set up the branch managers. Since then, I don't even know how everybody else got into. It was a very simple thing like that, and it was not being used.
We have started a journey of bringing members to the digital space, whereby we had to look at what was required then to make sure that you're able to serve members in an efficient and cost-friendly manner using the digital platforms. So we were able to analyze, and we came up with a setup and a structure and an ICT plan, where we were able to invest in ICT platforms which have been able to take members now to the current position we are in.
During COVID, from an Amica perspective, you realize about 40% of the transactions were coming through the digital channels. So when these occurred, we really pushed the digital channels so that today, as we talk, about 75% of Amica's transactions, both in deposits and withdrawals, are on digital channels.
First and foremost, let me recognize Amica Sacco as one of those financial institutions that were founded on the back of financial inclusion, just to make sure that they were serving the people, the citizens of Kenya at the bottom of the pyramid. That is the same story as Family Bank, started almost 39 years ago on the back of financial inclusion, a local bank that was serving previously unbanked population, specifically in the agri space. So I think for me, with those commonalities and also two institutions that are very innovative, that has brought us together. Amica, for me, has been one institution that is always looking at what more it can do for its members from a digital perspective, and also aiming at giving its members seamless transactions so that they can actually experience a full spectrum of financial service.